Okay, so I screwed up the last one. Make sure it's okay. So this is the remake. But I got other people who don't know nothing that I'm gonna show it to too. Now this is just a weedless garden. Those are Jerusalem artichokes that the whole thing should be covered in them. They should be growing better, but at least I got the gardens in. Because I ain't had time to like really pay, it's like I did all this and this one. I got this far and then I'll figure it out better for next year because I got all this. I mean, I'm getting some and they'll come back up probably next year. But I'll figure it out better for next year because then I'll have all the time I put into putting this one together. I won't have to worry about that next year. So, see, this is the end of the day. It's like, man, I don't feel like doing this, but I do feel like getting it done. Okay, so lots and lots of tomatoes, but they ain't ready yet. I don't know why these squash. Seems like the last times I've grown them, they didn't produce any fruit and they didn't have any flowers. Because that's like probably, I think it's all one plant. And when I first ever grew them, there was like tons of them. And they got huge. I mean, there's like lots of little ones, big ones. But this is the same weedless, waterless. I don't have to water them because, see, I got plastic underneath. And they're in like hills with plastic. And so the water drains down under the plastic and keeps the soil wet and no weeds. And this is a similar kind of thing. Cantaloupes, watermelons. There's nothing really going on there, but a lot of plant growth. And look out, man. And see the daylilies. Some of them are blooming this year. Like they haven't bloomed for a long time because of the winters have been too warm and it gets them all confused. Not warm, and then it got really cold last winter, and I expected, and so I got more blooms than usual. I'm cleaning up this. Excuse me. As I'm waiting on stuff for the current project. So I've been cleaning this up because the neighbors were weird. I just left this side of the house alone so there would be no friction. But I'm cleaning this up because, see, the branches were getting too close to the power lines. And so I'm working and cleaning that up so I don't lose electricity in a storm or something like that. And I mean, I don't know. I doubt I'll get that thing working again this year. But it's like got a pump, and I turned the water into like really strong fertilizer, organic fertilizer. Well, really, it's for ducks. Because the ducks crap in the water, and it's like the best. It's like everything that you put it on to fertilize like grows really, really good, and the flavor is just incredible. It's like they just got the perfect fertilizer crap, and then it gets in the water in the hot sun and bubbles up, and and then you stir up the water and spray it. Fertilize the plants with it. But the ducks are a bit of distraction to take care of, and then they get eaten by the coyotes and the fox. So I mean, it's like it's worth it. It's a whole thing, but I'll get to that when I've got somebody else. When I take over Elon Musk's richest man in the world position, and then I can hire somebody to take care of the ducks. Okay, so let's go over here. See, really nothing new here, but these guys they're starting to pop good. Look at that one. Got some flowers. But they need to be moved around to other gardens. But I'm busy with this other project and the heat, it's like. But they're taking off enough to be able to. So then I think I might like add more stuff to this garden and move some of these plants to other gardens. And then this one, there's nothing much new going on here. There's nothing new going on here. It still needs to be finished planting. And I'm not sure how much you've seen of this one since I finished it, or since I got this far. I think I showed it to you, but I don't know if I screwed up the video or not. But I should turn that. I don't have an electric cord here. I should turn that water fountain on. I'll do a special one with the water fountain tomorrow or the next day or something. But I think I got it fixed, but I haven't turned it on yet. But my techniques are like last year I got the confidence. I learned enough tricks, and then this year I just kind of relaxed. It was very much fun building this one because it's like all the tricks are the same. It's like just boom, 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 boom. Like I know it's all gonna go reasonably fast, and it's enjoyable anyway. And I know it's going to come out really good because it came out good last year and I didn't even try, See, I know I showed you this stuff, but if the video was, cause see, I don't watch the video. Like I watched it back and I'm like, uh-oh, I screwed up. I don't think anybody can tell what I did. So, gotta redo it all. Redo the video, but it's really cool. I mean, this is what I want to do to the other ones. It's more like this, but I ain't got to it yet, and I'll show you what I've been doing otherwise. I know I showed you this stuff, but it might have just looked stupid. Like, what the hell? That's what it looked like. I didn't watch the whole video back, but I flipped through different places, and it looked like, whoever was watching it was pissed, and waded through the whole thing probably, and it's like the whole thing sucked, and I apologize for that. This one's pretty much finished. I mean, there's always more that I can do, but I'll probably wind up on other stuff instead. But it's like the first year using all these techniques, It's just confident, you know. It's just getting the skill honed, the confidence in it. And then the next year, it's just like, because you already know, you know, that you did. I mean, it all just falls together, you know. Once you got the basic, and you just keep figuring out new stuff. Like next year, and you pick the weeds as you see them, and it's not a task as long as it's up, you know. As long as they're up here at chest level, you know, at countertop level, it's really easy to keep up with weeds in a garden, because this could all be food, you know. I mean, food could be growing here instead, or both, flowers, food, decorations, and food. I don't know. I mean, the possibilities are endless, like literally endless. Okay, now this is what I think I screwed up that you haven't seen. Really, see that thing? It's like a insecticide, you know, antique old insecticide sprayer. Like, it's got a pump, and then it had like a hose and a spray. Yeah, there's where the hose come out. It's been around here for years, but the bottom was all rusted out and it wouldn't stand up. It was a pain in the ass, but it looked cool, and like this, it never turned into anything. I never made anything because it would just fall over, and I just didn't get around to it. And then I put that stand on it and put it up here. Yeah, but see, for those of you who've never seen this before, the design is, see, that's like a train wheel. It's a gate. It rolls back in that track and closes, and then there's one on the other side. Sun. And there's one over here. And when they roll back, it's like sitting, you know, like this is the engine, the cab, the engineer cab of the train, and those are the wheels, and those are train cars back there. See, like, the train cars, and they're like, it's like a fold out bed. And then there's like the front part of the train, all the boilers and pressures and everything that pumps the wheels, and so like when this wheel is in place, then this is like part of what drives the train. You know, this wheel and these, you know, they're like the arms on the train, and the, you know, pumping the power, and then the big wheel turning, and then here's some tracks, which are like antique. They're like from the old Lorton Federal Prison up the street. They're like the old tracks that they used because they would move the prisoners around the prison and train, you know, lock train cars. When they go like one section of the prison to the other, they lock the prisoners up. and and then they shut down the prison and turned it into a thing, and like gentrified the old prison, and I got those tracks, and then up here is the front part of the train, like that wheel is like it comes down here, and like this, there's a weight here with pulleys, and it goes up and down. But when it's down and that wheel's in place, then it's and then this is like the front part of the train, and I call that the eagle's nest. And this is like a fire thing, it's complicated to go into. I'll see if I can explain a little bit about it later. But it will heat up this upper level. And there's this other garden. And that's the thing too. Like more than 50%. Like most everything is junk. It's stuff I scavenged and came up with. It's crap that they throw away all over the place. This is like a succulent garden. The frame is for a greenhouse covering for the winter, and it worked. It's like wood chips on the bottom to turn into mulch, but wood chips heat up when they're turning into mulch. So for the winter, the wood chips were down there composting, producing heat, coming up here into the soil to keep the roots of the succulents warm, and then the greenhouse cover on the top to hold the heat from the sun, to keep the heat in there. And it worked. I mean, it was like brutally cold winter, and some stuff died. The stuff I pretty much expected to die died. But I put it in here it's like, well, it wasn't gonna make it anyway. And it made it in the other greenhouse. Some of it did. But to see if it would, what would happen. And all this stuff made good. Okay, and then here, this is like the train station. It's a mess right now. I haven't got to. It's called Queen's Gambit. That's like a king chess piece, but it's got like see, there's like Jesus in Mary's lap with Lady Justice, and then there's like the phoenix at the top, the phoenix rising from the ashes, but then it's like there's all these. It's not together. I mean, it's just like all this. I've got chess pieces with magnets glued onto them, like from all over the world, chess sets that when it's all put together, it's like there's Jesus on the throne, and there's Julius Caesar, and the elephant, and that's Black Cleopatra, and Mark Antony, and like it tells a whole story of history when all the pieces are in it. It's like that's the design. It's telling the story of history, how we got here, and on this side, like, I'll be getting to this soon and finishing it up, but it was almost finished, and then the zoning board came around, started bothering me, and just disrupted the whole process. But that's the Queen. And you see, this is all junk. This is all stuff from those apartments over there. Like when they throw away stuff in apartments, you know, like they'll have, like right over there, there's like that's where they throw away the junk. When people get thrown out or move, or they just got stuff that don't fit in the dumpster, you know, like the apartments always have the junk place. That's where a lot of this stuff come from, and that's all this stuff is. And but it's all part of the story. And it's all tight. See, that's really what it's more about. Is tying it the way it's all tied together with these stainless steel zip ties. And like the whole place is built like that. Stainless steel zip ties. Well, then, but I got wire, you know, I got lots of different stuff for different uses. Or okay, and then I forgot to show you, then here's the stairway up to the eagle's nest, and like there's a manhole cover from the prison too. There's a lot of prison stuff around, or some certain amount. And then like this is like a Airbnb camp out. There's two different sides, and then there's this glass coffee table turned on its side to protect people from the hot pipe coming from the furnace down here that keeps the place warm. And then not finished yet, but it's almost finished. I love almost finished. There's the back of the King and Queen's Gambit. And then, oh yeah, I don't think I showed you so it's like the whole front. It's like the train station though, you know. And we got like a train station right up the street. And then there's a clock tower up the street too. So it's like, it's a neighborhood thing. Okay, now I'm showing new stuff that I don't know if anybody's seen very good, because I screwed up the video. So I might have screwed this up. Maybe you saw it good anyway, but I'm showing it like you haven't. But see little bunny rabbit coming out of the picture, and then like the birdie up there, there's like a little castle wall coming out of the pot, and the little bird hiding behind there, and then like the bird thing there, and then down here you have like the elephants and the deer inside. Another elephant, and the frog, which all has symbolic meaning related to Queen's Gambit and the whole tale of what all this stands for. So, like, and this stuff's all tight too. You know, it's like once you get on the same roll I was talking about back there, you know, like of how to keep everything tight and stable. You know, it's like the first year it comes out looking cool, and a lot of it worked pretty good, but you know, there were shifts and there were issues that then, but the issues were moot enough that this year it was just like boom, everything just went in tight. It's like, because I knew, I learned from last year. So you got the World War II plane, and then it's like, see, then the dragonfly that's made out of a spark plug, and then the dragonflies up there. Oh yeah, I forgot I got that hook. I hang something from there. See, I move on, but see, that's why I need the $1 billion Elon Musk thing with some of my other ideas, so I can have people, you know, put together teams and do, like, you know, the whole fucking great big places like this. You know, that's all like this. Whole neighborhoods like this. And this is like, this was all green, the inside greenhouse for the winter. But I planted all this stuff in the spring from cuttings, these succulents, because you can buy a lot of cuttings for reasonable prices, from cheap to fancier ones that are more, and you plant them in the spring, and you know, by now they're already growing, you know, and they're ready to start, you know, doing something. And this is wood chip furnaces, like composting wood chips. It's all like covered, the whole thing is covered up in the greenhouse, and they put out heat, you know, to keep the whole thing warm through the winter. So it gets like the sun comes in and warms it up during the day, but it's always got that extra heat. And everything did really good. Like, all this stuff made it through the winter. And like here in Virginia, you know, but it's like, but it was an extra cold. I mean, I could do this in Maine, I bet, you know, because it was just such a cold winter. But a lot of this stuff is like its second and third winter anyway. I think it adapts. I think that it's not that you can't grow succulents, like they all come from, the cuttings all come from California, because everybody out there grows them. But nobody grows succulents outside. Nobody's doing anything like this around here, because it's we got winter. They just grow them inside, if they grow them at all. But nobody's doing big projects like this. I've never heard or seen anything like it. And so some more groovy stuff, groovy designs of junk, mostly junk. This is from inside a piano. it's like really cool. They threw the piano away across the street. So I ripped it apart over there and left the stuff I didn't want, and pulled this part of it out. And let's see. And that stuff's all tight, you know. Even all now watch, and I go and shake it and it falls down, but no, it's tight. It's all tight. You know, it's like you get used to the techniques, and it's like a lot of it's like it's the outcome. When you know the outcome is going to be like, no, it's worth the extra time and effort, or to start it and go, nah, that ain't working, and to pull it back apart again and try again, you know, and keep messing with it and keep tying and cutting ties, cutting the zip ties. See, these are just plastic ones. Because it doesn't need, because they're easy to work with, and it doesn't need anything more. But I mean, it just all goes together. It's like, it's a pleasure to do, and it's easy. I'm sure I would just love to have people to teach, you know, different kinds of people to see, just to see. Like, because I got this sense that people with no no particular skills they've ever honed in on before. And you know, if this like one thing, does it inspire them, enthrall them, want to do it? And then, you know, a lot of times you want to do something, you do it, and you suck, and you just don't stick with it. These are all the inside succulents because they're just too much watering them makes the house too hot, too much humidity. So I brought them out here. They don't look all that happy, but they will be. Some of them won't be. Okay, so then this thing, like you remember last year, that same pot, and it was like, that's pretty cool. You know, it's like I can see what you're thinking. It's like, yeah, and this is what I was thinking by the end of it. You know, so this year, but you know, you got all the pieces there the second year. I mean, it was cool enough the first year. But the second year, I mean, I had to pull everything apart to move them in to the greenhouse or inside, and then but all the stuff, the idea, the pieces, everything's there, and so that same amount of time mixed with the experience, and it's like, yeah, that's what I was thinking, yeah, and that just like, that was no big deal at all. Some of these other ones, this was no big deal. And it's very groovy. And look at the stands down there. Like those were actually a lot of thought and work. Because you got to keep taking it apart and putting it back together until you're like, oh yeah, that's it. I found it. You know, and it's all heavy. So, and then there's this guy, which was like it was just this thing. But it didn't work worth a crap, so I had to drill holes into the bottom to get some air up in there, and then I added this on the front, but yeah, I mean it'll function too though, like because I'd like to like cover all of it in plastic next year. This over to this one. So I can leave all this stuff here. I don't know if I can pull it off or if I can get to it, and then I'll have these, you know, then, you know, I can heat it up. But I wouldn't plan on that, you know, I plan to, but I would plan to not need to use fire to keep it warm, because that would be a lot of extra effort. But then it could be a cool enough thing that, like, I mean, nobody's ever been here, you know, and it shouldn't be like that. It should be a thing. And if it was a thing, you know, then it would be Christmas lights everywhere and people come, you know, I'd be Elon Musk and I'd have people working here, and I'd have the whole backwoods would be turned into these same kind of projects, and the next door, in the field next door, you know, like 10 acres of this kind of stuff, different kind of stuff everywhere is the plan. And I've got a game plan for how to make that happen. And this is another furnace. And that's just up there decoration, like all the decorations, like this guy. Like when the fire's in there, you know, the eagles will glow, or the raven. And this guy comes out, and this goes in, so you can open it and close it, put wood in, feed it wood. And let me see. So then I got this stuff here. And it's all tight. I mean, I just love that, you know, when it's all like, it's all held together. It's not going nowhere. It's all like that. And this is like the side of the train, So it's like it's all meant to be, I don't know, inspired really old train thoughts with the furnaces and stuff, and the wheel. And then this is another thing, another furnace. Oh, finish this one. But this is like this glass tube. It's for, it's an exhaust pipe for another kind of fire heater thing, and that'll go up here. And like that's a rocket stove, if you know what that is. You look it up. But they're like these really good, efficient burning, like little stoves that put out a lot of energy from small amounts of wood. And that'll come up into here. The heat will come up in here, and then there'll be like a canister full of wood in here, like airtight except for a hole in it, so that it'll turn the wood inside the can into charcoal, and the gases will ignite. And or so the plan is. Well, I'll eventually can get it to work, and then maybe I even will. It depends. It just a person can only do so much when they're not Elon Musk. but it'll come roaring through this pipe like a jet engine when the wood is gasifying and all the moisture's out of it, and it starts to the gas starts coming out of there like highly flammable, and so it should shoot out. Why? I can make it. I got techniques. I'll show you some more stuff in next. So like these things. That's another charcoal making, but it's a forge. So it's like making charcoal, and the gas will turn that thing roaring red hot, and you can, blacksmith work in it. Same with this one. But whoever I'm showing this to, I'll show the video of the working model. I built these after, but I breathed too much smoke doing way too many experiments with these things to figure out how to do it. By the time I learned how to do it, at a safer level, I can't handle any smoke. So I built this one, and I fired that one up too, and it was like roaring like way up in the sky, and but it was before I turned it into a forge. It was I was just playing around making a fire, and then so then I made this one, and then turned this one into a forge thing too. Like I was just trying to do anything to not do the fire, because I really want to do the fire, but it's like, yeah, but I don't want to die from what I was doing to myself, because the gases are dangerous. But these are designed for much less gases, and it's like I was getting to where I could do it without that problem. This was another one, but I've taken it apart for parts. But it was like the wheel. The force of the exhaust turned the tire to the wheel, because I turned the bicycle wheel into a fan, and then there's like a pulley, or there was, on there, and then that would drive a fan for the air source to blow the air source down here, to power, because you have to have air with the gas. And but then that's how I got started on all this, because like I needed something to do to keep me from starting to burn stuff. So I got all these wood chips, and I mean, it was just this big mess. I got the whole driveway full of wood chips, and it was just this big mess. And then I enclosed it with the fence. As it broke down, like it was this big pile, but now it's broke down into that really good soil, more condensed. But as it evolved, as the whole project evolved, you know, I got like these tie wires. It's where I started getting the ideas for. Well, it was these, because I was growing stuff inside during the winter when it was just wood chips, and it was really ugly, but it was working. And then I got into the succulents and and I came up with this idea, this way of tying them together. And it was, you know, when I felt it was tight, I'm like, oh man. And I was like, if only there were like stainless steel zip ties, I could do so much more. And then I found stainless steel zip ties, and that's when I just went crazy on everything else. All the other ideas were like the ideas I had, if only I could do it faster with zip ties instead of tying this heavy duty wire, which it's hard to do and it takes a long time. But okay, and so now for my little bunny rabbits and goddesses that haven't seen, this is where I'm going now. Dun da da da. And this is what I'm working on now, except for I'm waiting on stuff, and it's hot. But see that the coffee table, the little coffee table thing will go in there, and that's all going to be level. It's all going to be a patio. And then there's that, and that's going to go up a little bit higher so that it'll highlight, like the circle will highlight that squirrel back there, and the dragon's too high, but it'll showcase that lower level of all that. And okay, so keep that in mind. I'll go show you the other one, because I've been trying not to show you these so I can save them for last, because this is where I'm at now, and you've kind of seen everything else. Just I didn't do a very good job with it. And then this one, same thing. And like I got that back there. I just put it there the other day, and I haven't decided that it's going to be cool enough. But you know, I want to make it'll be the little coffee nook here, and then some kind of thing back there. Maybe that. And so and then there's that thing with the gold thing that'll go here. And then when you look through it, like you'd be sitting at the coffee table, when you sit down and you look through the gold circle, it'll be the eagle. See the eagle head? It's hard to tell, but it's on the back of that furnace back there. So when it's on fire, it'll light up, and that'll be showcased like right going through the center of that gold circle. And okay, so it takes a long time to show this shit off, doesn't it? I forgot. I mean, it doesn't take as much time to update, but to showcase the whole thing. See, there's the other side. There's like 2 furnaces, 2 wood chip composting furnaces, and they got like all kind of guts down inside there. And I draw the heat off for inside the house and hot water. But it got so cold so fast last year, I had to wrap it all up and never really either got it working or learned enough. But when I open it back up eventually, when I get everything else settled and see how the wood chips did, if they're hot, and figure out how to get that, what better to do next year. Or it maybe it would have worked last year, except for it got so cold so fast I had to shut it all down. Okay, this is, oh, see, that's the mistake I made last time. But last time it wouldn't change back because the screen got wet. In case you couldn't tell. See, I'm sitting there looking right at it, but I can't tell. It's like, I can tell, but I'm not paying attention. But it did this time because I screwed up last time. But this will be better explained on the way out. Okay, so this is Eve's house. She's a rat, a wild rat that got in the house, and so I built her this, and it's got a running wheel back there, and then she goes up that pipe over to here, and this is like her apartment. It's just like an oven, just like a small little counter oven that I cut a hole in the back of, and so that's like her little apartment up there. And she's doing good. She's been in here. I've had her for about like a year, probably about exactly a year. And she was in the house. She got chased inside by a black rat snake, and then like the apartments across the street has rats, and I never had them before. But this is but she was pregnant. So this is her 2 kids in here. And then she attracts, if there's another rat running around, she attracts them. And her being out there has made the wildcats that live in the back swamp start coming through the yard every night when they're hunting. So now I don't have no rats, I don't have no moles, I don't have no gophers. Those problem animals that get eaten, and then there was a rat that was coming and visiting her at night, and it was only here a little while and then it was gone. And then that was the kind of the idea, that they attract the other rats, and then the cats eat the rats, and it's working. Okay, let me see. So to show you, with the patios, with the little coffee nooks, I'm going to show you those glass cubes, those 4-inch thick glass cubes. This is the wintering over the succulents room. I've got the whole house is like a grow place. So that's what I'm working on for the patio. See? So all those cubes are gonna light up like that, and then I've surrounded them with the glass, broken shards of, man, what the hell? What happened? Oh, that's right. Thought it was the camera. It only stays on. I mean, I haven't figured it out. There's a way to keep it on, but they're solar, so it'll just come on and be on all night. But I want like the whole thing to kind of glow. And I got different colored plastic to so that the different cubes can be different colors. So they can be like flowers. Like the center one. Where is that stuff? Oh, yeah. So you got these. Like a whole bunch of different colored ones. To cover, to put inside them so I get different colors. So it'll be like, yellow in the middle, and then blue, red, blue, red, blue, red, or something like that. Like one of them like a flower, and the other one will be. And I'm gonna keep messing with it to get it so you get this whole nice glow effect from the whole thing. Like in between where the glass is used, kind of like mortar. Will glow lightly into the next one next to it. And I'm waiting on stuff. I mean, it's a lot of thought and consideration that goes into it. And I'm waiting on stuff I've settled on. The final master idea. Pretty sure it'll work out. It'll probably work out pretty cool if I put enough patience into the glass, the broken glass that goes between, to get the most glowing effect. Okay, so here's the rats, and then I'm like, well, so then I want to build. I built this through the winter. Is this going to be like the rat circus? And it'll be like that's a running wheel, and I got another kind inside, and so you'd be like, you go inside here. It's all grown over now. Like you're sitting here. Like this is like this. Like little designs and stuff, but like that's where the rats will live inside, and there'll be like wood chips to keep them warm and insulated, and then these doors can open to feed them and everything, and then they'll have access to going in here, which will also be full of wood chips because they like to tunnel through it, so I mean the vision is like that I'll be able to, like a ant farm, be able to. There'll be places where they'll make little nests, like enough in the glass so you can see what they're doing. Yeah, but I think I'll probably make it so they can, like under here, so that they'll come out. And then over here. And then there'll be another entrance over, because I don't want them to get together and mate unless I decide to do that. So then there'll be this side, and they'll also be in there, and then there'll be the running wheels. It'll be like one here, and then it's like I want to do one like right here, because it's got like this round, and then that round, and then the round mirror in the back, which is all going to have light lit up behind it, with the mirrors behind there, and then you would like sit in here, and if the rats are cooperative enough, then groovy. So but that's the same kind of, it's like, I got this far and then I had to go do other stuff, which is good, because it's like, it gets to be much working on the same thing all the time, Well, that's how I get so many different ideas, and it gets so creative, because it's like, well, I need to do, this is what I'm working on, and it's like it's winter, so I don't have anything else. You know, like I can just dedicate myself to this. So then I come up with some crazy idea at night, and next day I add that, and it just keeps changing and growing, evolving. Like I'm thinking too, gonna make it so the rats can go up on the roof, you know, and close this whole thing so that they're sealed in and you're inside. And I mean, at some point I might let them mate so there'd be like lots of rats. But see, then, but the point is so then neighborhood rats will be attracted to these guys. Like instead of trying to get in my house or making a mess, being a problem around the neighborhood of the yard, they'll come in here and get attracted to these rats, and then I'll have a way for them because I'll be looking for a way to get in. Because they'll smell the food, they'll smell the other rats, and then they'll find the little pipe, and they crawl through the pipe. I found a way in, you know, and they get in, and then they can't get back out again. And then, you know, I mean, if that doesn't happen very often, I probably won't exterminate them. But it's like, you know, but the whole thing is a rat trap. It's a Bobby Fontaine rat trap. Anyway, I think that certainly doesn't cover everything. I mean, I got stuff going all the way back, but it's the old projects, and if they're cleaned up, I mean, like this is the next thing. This is probably next winter's project, which is like, this is a sundial mosaic with like this, you can't see there's like, it's like this well that goes down with air vents built into it from experimenting with making charcoal forges, and like last winter, I can show the video of that too. I had a big roaring fire going way up in the sky in this thing. But this is gonna, like, it'll all be cleaned up, and these are gonna be like pillars. These things here are gonna be like pillars. Like, see that? There's like that, you know, the train, you know, how you know, the commuter trains will have that section that rises up when it's 2-story. So like you're coming from that section, from that train car, you know, up here, but then you open up into this big thing, and they're all going to be connected and go up. So it's going to all be like enclosed and cool glass and designs, and it's all going to be like all kind of fancy. It's going to be like but it's going to be next level too, because I got lots of, because I'm so much better. I'm always getting better, but and so I got all these cool ideas, and I got all this cool junk to do it with, and so this is like my experiment. This is where like I invented all the forge. Like that was the one that worked. Like, yeah, it worked good too, man. I'll show you the video, but it's kind of been butchered for parts. This was another one. This was like the crematorium. This is like the coffin size furnace, with the idea like you put a person in there, but you know, I would just put a pet or nothing, because I'm not allowed to do it, but it was just an idea because my wife was dying. It was like, you know, I could turn her into charcoal, because the charcoal is really good for like soil, for growing stuff, you know. And so it'd be, the idea would be like you could turn your loved one into charcoal to be spread around whatever you want to grow, and then the gas that comes off of the person, that like when this one was going, it was like melting the glass on this end and doing blacksmith work on this end, and So the gas there would like melt sand into glass.